What's up? So today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I just desperately need to get in here in this kitchen. We need to restock. I'm gonna be doing an Instacart order. I need to make a meal plan. We're gonna prep for the week. And then we're just gonna have a little chat, real life chat about the channel, things coming up in the channel, things that are changing for the channel. So grab a snack, grab some coffee, some tea, some water, and let's do it. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy. This is Mandy in the Making. On the agenda for today, we need to make a meal plan. We need to order groceries. I'll go pick up said groceries at Food Lion. We're gonna make I'm gonna make a lunch, and it's already 1 o'clock, but this lunch is very, very quick. And then I'm gonna make dinner tonight. And I'm gonna bring y'all along for all of it as we kind of restock. I've got to restock the fridge. The pantry's pretty much okay, because I just recently got a Thrive Market order and restocked a lot of stuff, but the fridge needs some help. Also, my butcher box should be arriving today, so I'm going to be popping all of that in the freezer. A portion of today's video is kindly sponsored by Butcher Box. I'll tell you more about them later when that box gets here. We are gonna make, it's basically an egg salad. So I need to grab my eggs. Ooh, also, let me show you this. So random. Zaxby's now has their Zax sauce that you can buy at the grocery store. We love us some Zaxby's. Absolutely love it. And their sauce is my favorite sauce. If you've ever eaten at Raising Cane's, I've eaten at Raising Cane's. I like Raising Cane's, but their sauce is like a weak version of Zaxby's sauce. Zaxby's sauce has more punch to it. We love it. So I got that the last time I went to the grocery store. It was on sale. I was like, ooh, yes, please. Okay, so I've got my eggs. Then I've got in this fruit bowl, I've got a couple of avocados. One is really, really ripe. So we're gonna use that one. Ooh, also we need something that I eat almost daily, cottage cheese. So we're gonna be making an egg salad out of those things and some seasonings as well. So we need to hard boil these eggs. So let's do that. I've had this thing for years, and mine makes, when it's done, it does this, it almost sounds like a siren, like a tornado warning, quite honestly. It's so loud. I think the newer ones have music that it plays when it's done, so it's not so scary. And yes, I said scary because it will scare you half to death if you're not expecting it. But I'm just gonna add my water in, and then it has this little poker. You see that on the bottom? So you just poke a hole in your egg. I'm just gonna do a couple, and let's start that. So when I say I need to go to the grocery store, I mean I need to go to the grocery store. We have zero bread in the house, except I have some of these pita breads from Wild Grain. So I'm going to bake these. It says I need to preheat the oven to 350. These just bake for 8 minutes, so that's perfect. Told you. We had an egg explosion. That doesn't always happen. Normally it looks about like that. That is a little rare. Okay, we're gonna, seriously dude, you had a bad day, didn't you? Oh, sorry to fog y'all up. We're gonna just take this. Someone told me to do this a long time ago, just pick it up instead of trying to touch those hot eggs. And put them in a little ice bath here. And let's let those hang out in an ice bath for about 5 minutes. Okay, my little pita breads just came out. They smell delish. So we're gonna let those cool for just a few. Let's go make our egg salad. In our bowl, we're gonna add about a half a cup-ish of cottage cheese. Then I chopped this up inside the peel. We're gonna use half the avocado. Now let me grab my eggs. Bless his little heart. Tap, tap, roll. Okay, and then we're just gonna kind of chop this up. Add that in. I'm gonna throw a little Dijon mustard in there because I like to do that. We don't need mayo because we've got the cottage cheese to act kind of as the binder. Maybe a teaspoon. Then some salt and pepper. And let's put some garlic powder in there. Not a lot. That's it. You could just eat this by itself. And then, while I'm not hungry, we can make our meal plan and do our grocery order. Never a good idea to do that stuff while you're starving. She pretty. About to make me one, but I think Steven might want one. Let me go check. He said yes. So we're just gonna cut this in half and we'll each take half. High protein. Y'all, I love me some cottage cheese. Are you a cottage cheese fan? Please tell me you are. Hello.
Hey.
Lunch.
This looks good. Oh, what's that? An egg pocket? Egg salad pocket? Looks good.
It does look good. I just tasted it.
Very delicious looking.
It is delicious.
All right. Mmm. Love some egg salad and a pita pocket.
You ready for it?
Looks good. Mmm.
Tink.
Tink. Mmm. Mmm.
It's in your stash.
Mm-hmm.
That is a quick lunch. High protein. So, so good.
Oh man, this is a great lunch.
I just got finished cleaning up from lunch and my butcher box arrived. So let's unbox that and let's fill up the freezer with some really great meats. So if you've never tried Butcher Box, here is your sign. Not only are they gonna give you some free stuff, and I'll tell you about that, but you're gonna get clean whole food protein, and that protein is gonna give your body exactly what it needs and nothing that it doesn't. I love opening up my box. It's kind of like Christmas morning. Digging in here and thinking about all the things I can make. But here's the thing, with their high quality meats and seafoods, they don't have any antibiotics and they don't have any added hormones ever. That means that your body is getting concentrated nutrition that it knows how to optimize, unlike other options on the store shelf that are optimized for shelf life. It comes frozen straight to your door and is fully customizable, so you can easily support a healthy lifestyle. When you go in and choose all of your meats and seafood, you've got peace of mind. You don't have to go out and kind of look through what's on the shelf and wonder where in the world it came from. You know you're getting the best of the best. Just a heads up, Butcher Box is now offering some things at Target. Just wanted to put that little plug out there, so keep your eyes peeled. Of course, I'm gonna be using one of these meats tonight with dinner, so you'll see one of these in action here in a little while. So if you're interested in giving them a shot, go to my description box. I've got a link there. If you use code Mandy20, you'll get $20 off of your first 3 boxes. Plus, you can choose a meat to get for free in every box for a year or for life. I think it's chicken breasts for a year or ground beef for the life of your subscription. That's a great deal. Your family is gonna love Butcher Box like mine does. Let's talk about the fact that AI can be very helpful when it comes to meal planning. I'm gonna be using AI today. I'm gonna be using ChatGPT, but you can put in there some of the things that you have in your pantry, in your fridge. Like I have another avocado that we need to use. We need to use it pretty soon. I've got different things, like I'll look and see what meats I'm getting from Butcher Box, that type of thing, and I can load it into ChatGPT and it can give me some suggestions. Now, you don't have to follow those word for word, but it sparks some creativity for you. I love using AI to help me think a different thought, not necessarily just to take what it says verbatim, if that makes sense. So I'll show you kind of how we're gonna do that today too, but I'm excited to see what we're gonna be making this week. I don't even know what we're gonna make at the end of this video for dinner tonight. We'll see. So I've been doing Mandy in the Making as a YouTube channel since March of 2018. It was March 12th to be exact, was the first video I ever uploaded, and it was a cleaning video. When I first started my channel, I didn't know what I wanted to do. At the time, I was watching cleaning videos and I didn't feel too comfortable talking to a camera, so it just made the most sense for me to do cleaning. So it was just kind of music and I just did that. Then I kind of transitioned into home decor, and then I quickly found out that I enjoyed and could sustain a channel about cooking a whole lot easier. And at the time, we were really guilty of going out to eat a lot and or picking up something on the way home, and I just was not holding myself accountable to cooking more often. So it was kind of twofold. It was easier to create content about cooking, but also it was going to make me cook more, therefore we'd be saving money, all the things. So once this channel became more about cooking, I don't know if you remember, but for the majority of my channel, I uploaded twice a week, and each of those videos would have 3 recipes, meaning I was making 6 meals a week and filming all of that and putting it up on my channel. And I very rarely ever showed the same meal twice. So if you think about that, I'm cooking 6 meals a week that are brand new to us. Sometimes they wouldn't work out, but I would say 95% of the ones that we tried ended up in a video. There was only a few that we didn't like, but we would fall in love with a new recipe, and guess what? I would never really have time to make it again because I was all the time looking for new recipes to try for the channel, which is a blessing I love, but also My meal planning in the way that most people meal plan, non-existent. And I miss it. Now, when it comes to YouTube itself, we have all seen this shift in what people are watching. Number one, there's a ton more creators now on the platform, which is great, but then that gives the viewers more options. So you kind of have to figure out what it is that viewers are wanting to see the most of. And I have noticed that my recipe videos are not getting as many views, which is totally fine. And honestly, throughout every single year, recipe videos do this right here. During the summer, it goes down because everybody's out. You're not cooking as many big meals during the summer. Everybody's out enjoying the weather. And then in the fall time and winter time, it goes back up because everybody's stuck inside, so you want to find new recipes to make. So it's this ebb and flow, right? But I've just noticed a decline in how many people are wanting to watch a 25-minute video with 3 recipes. It's just not as practical for y'all, and it's not as practical for me to continue. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna quit cooking because that's not what I'm doing. I'm still gonna cook in pretty much every single video, but the format is what is changing because I want to do more chatty style videos, let y'all in a little bit more to see more than just a recipe and a taste test. That worked for a long time, but we're tired of it, and I think overall it's just not what YouTube is kind of pushing anymore, and that's okay. So we're shifting along with YouTube. And I don't know if you noticed, last Friday I did a video where I went shopping at Sam's Club with Tabby, and then me and Steven did taste tests of some of the frozen meals from Sam's Club. Y'all seem to really enjoy that. We enjoyed that too. We'll be doing a part 2 of that here soon where we're gonna go in and get the ready-made meals that you just heat up. We're gonna test a few of those, so that'll be coming soon. But I just want to make some of our tried and true, some of our favorite things, and bring y'all along for more than just a recipe. So that's kind of where the channel is shifting to. Also, we want to start going live a little more often. It used to intimidate the fool out of me, but I've gotten better about it. And you're seeing this on Friday. We went live on Wednesday. I announced it in a community post. So if you missed that, you may not be subscribed to the channel. So make sure you hit subscribe. But there is a place where we can do like a post, kind of like a Facebook post on our channel. And I announced that we were doing a live. So hopefully it went well. We're wanting to do that more often just to change things up. Make it more interesting for us. Make it more interesting for y'all. And look, if you're here just for recipes, you're still gonna get recipes. And I still have a gazillion old videos that you can go back through and find a new recipe, because pretty sure even if you've seen every single one of my videos, you've forgotten about most of these recipes as well. I'm just saying all of that to say things are shifting, things are changing here on the channel. We're still gonna be cooking, but we're gonna be doing it in a different way. It's going to be a little more relaxed. You'll still see every now and then we'll have, here's 3 recipes for ground beef or something like that. But our Friday videos are changing. If you aren't aware, our Tuesday videos are now a series that's going on this entire year, and it's 50 states, 50 plates, where we're making a regional dish from each state every Tuesday. And then on Fridays, it's going to be a little bit of everything. And today we are doing a kitchen reset. We're kind of doing a fridge reset, restock. And then we're gonna look and see what I have here already, and we're gonna make a meal plan based off of that. So the wind just picked up and the rain just picked up again. Fun times. So let's place a grocery order and then just do pickup. So I just unboxed our butcher box, and now we're gonna put it here in this top shelf. I still have a few ribeyes and a couple of filet mignons from Butcher Box that we'll be using up here soon. But I usually put our meat on this top shelf right here. So I'm gonna load this up and we're gonna do some planning as to what we're gonna make for dinner tonight and for the week. So it has been a minute since I've done just regular old meal prep or meal planning. So bear with me, but I'm kind of thinking through and thinking back to how I used to do it. I'm gonna look to see what types of sides that I have. I don't necessarily plan an entire meal when I do meal planning. So I don't even pick what particular days that I am making these things. I let it kind of be, here's our options for the week. We have all the things to make all of these things, and then I can choose which days I'm making it. Because what if on Taco Tuesday, I don't feel like tacos or whatever it is that we're making, you know? So I like to make a list of sides that I can potentially make, entrees, Then we can mix and match as we want, and we can do it on whatever day we want to. It's slim pickings in here. I do have a bag of Brussels sprouts though that I did get this last week. So I'm gonna add that on my list as potential sides. I also have some sweet potatoes, and then I have regular potatoes. Something that we've done recently and I love is doing a stuffed potato night, especially on leftover night. So if you have some leftovers, but you don't have maybe enough for an entire meal for everyone, bake you some potatoes and then take the leftovers and stuff your potatoes with that. It's just so good. So I've got baking potatoes, like russet potatoes. I also have some Idahoan mashed potatoes. Let me tell you, like the instant mashed potatoes, it's good. It's really good. And it's a whole lot easier than making mashed potatoes from scratch. I will still do that occasionally, but I've been loving having those Idahoan ones on hand. It just makes it so quick and easy. And you can kind of fluff them up. You can add extra things to them to make them not so plain. It's good. Let's see, what else do we have? I think I have green beans. I'm gonna go check. Look what I have in here. I have French onion soup and beef consomme, which means I can make my mama's brown rice. So we can do that one night. That would be great. And I didn't check. Oh yes, I do have green beans. So I feel like I have enough sides. So that's good. That's less that we have to buy at the grocery store. Sides are handled. And obviously I have the meat from Butcher Box. So I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna make with that. And then I just kind of need to fill in the gaps here and there. Like we need some more milk and just random things too. But our fridge is pretty, it's not bare by any means, but it doesn't have a whole lot in it. It's got a lot of empty space. Maggie just ran through here like a crazy cat. She's got the zoomies apparently. Yep, she's meowing back there like crazy. So let's think through all of the meats that I just got from Butcher Box, and I'm gonna make a list of some things that I wanna make this week, and then I'll go over that with you. I'll spare you all of the thinking through that. I am gonna use ChatGPT to kind of help me think through some things, but I'll be back. Okay, I've got my website pulled up here. This is one of the meals we're making. It's a Alfredo chicken bacon bake. Yes. Okay, so I've got my list of sides. We already talked about that. Some main dishes. I'm going to make cheeseburger bowls, kind of like the Big Mac salads, pretty much, because I've got ground beef. And then I've also got one more avocado that needs to be used. And honestly, I'm gonna put it in the fridge because I'm scared it's gonna go bad before I use it. I'm making this tomorrow night, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Tonight, we're gonna use those beef tips that we got from Butcher Box, and we're gonna do beef stroganoff in the Instant Pot. Then I was thinking about doing a chicken parm soup. It is gonna be cold here for a couple of nights, but I was really kind of craving this. So we're going with this one that I had mentioned. And then I've also got to bake or make dinner for the state of Idaho. So if you're watching this after you watched Tuesday's video, you know we chose Idaho, and you're getting a sneak peek as to what we're making. I have never heard of that. However, that is very popular there. Also, I think it's funny that I put on here that I have Idaho and mashed potatoes. So we've got the steak from Butcher Box that we'll be using to make steak fingers for Idaho. So this will be Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we plan on going out. So there's our meal plan for the week. We got some options. Tonight, along with my beef stroganoff, I'm probably gonna do green beans. And then, actually I may do Brussels because those Brussels need to be used. But anyway, so we've got a plan. Now I just need to do my Instacart order. That is something that I absolutely love and don't mind paying the subscription fee for. It has saved me so much time. And I feel like it saves me money in the long run because if I go in the store, chances are I'm gonna be looking at things I don't need to be looking at and purchasing things that I don't need to purchase, you know? So if I just kind of stick to my list and enter it in on my phone for Instacart. And the good thing about Food Lion is it's in-store prices through Instacart. A lot of the grocery stores will jack up the price if you use Instacart, so you are paying a lot more, not Food Lion. And Food Lion is the closest one anyway, so I'm gonna do that. I'll just do pickup. There's no fee for that because I'm an Instacart member, so it's really great. It's 3 o'clock now. Hopefully they can have them ready by 5. A lot of times they're pretty quick at my Food Lion. So, and then tonight dinner will be really fast because we're doing it in the Instant Pot. We're doing beef stroganoff in the Instant Pot. I've done ground beef stroganoff in the Instant Pot before on my channel. I don't know if I've ever done like the beef tips like regular in the Instant Pot. I've done it in the crock pot. That's what we'll be making tonight. So I'm gonna do my grocery order and I will be back once I go pick that up. Y'all, it has been a day. I knew I was gonna be filming today, and it's like any day I say, okay, today's the day I'm gonna film, that's the day when things just don't go like they're supposed to. However, I've got my grocery order in. She is shopping it right now. It should be ready soon. It is almost 6 o'clock, and we are making dinner in the Instant Pot, so it won't be too bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping at least what I can. I have an onion here, and I need to slice about half of it for our beef stroganoff that we're doing in the Instant Pot. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so that's done. That didn't take any time at all, really. I'm gonna just set that to the side. Whew, that is a stout onion. We're gonna cover that with a paper towel. Whoa. We're gonna do the wet paper towel trick. Whew, that is some stout onion. Put the rest of my onion in my little onion holder. Stick that in the fridge. The only other thing I can do now would be to make sure that our beef tips are cut small enough. So I thawed these out today in some water, and then I drained the water once it was thawed. But these are the beef tips that I just got from Butcher Box. So let's take a look at them. Okay, so I just emptied them out in here. I mean, they're pretty good, but they're a little big. So I'm gonna do arts and crafts, as Steven calls it. And I'm just gonna go through and just, yeah, some of them are a little too big. So I'm gonna cut them in half, and they will be prepped and ready for after I get my groceries. Hopefully I'll get a notice here soon that they are ready. I didn't submit the order until late because let me tell you what I did. I was working on my order, and I noticed that our smoked paprika was low, but I was like, wait a minute, I think I have some more of that. So I found it. And so then all of a sudden I got sidetracked refilling a lot of my different spices. You ever do that? And then I was looking for something that I was pretty sure I had, which I did, but I was looking for it in the kind of extras bin in our pantry. We have extras of like the Dub sauce and Duke's mayo and ketchup, things that we run out of pretty frequently. I try to keep a couple on hand. That way it's not like a dire situation, you know? And I started going through that, and I was organizing things and realizing I had things that I didn't realize I had, and it became a whole thing. And then I realized, wait a second, I haven't placed my order yet. So I had to place my order late. So dinner is gonna be really late, which, I mean, lunch was late, so it's really not that big a deal. But that's on me. That's not Food Lion's fault. I didn't submit the order until really late. Here we are. We'll finish cutting these up. So I think we're good. The other thing I need to do is I can prep the flour, because we're gonna toss the, steak in flour mixture. So I'm gonna grab the flour and some seasonings. So in this small bowl, I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of flour. We don't need a lot. Let's add some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Your pickup order is ready. Okay, it is time to go. So let me mix that together real quick. So I've got that ready. We'll toss this in this when I get back. I've got the onion ready. So I'm gonna head out the door. I will be right back and we'll get started. Okay, got our groceries back. They were walking out the door, coming to my car as I pulled up. It was great, it was so quick. So let me just show you really quickly what I got. Got some beef broth. We'll be using some of that tonight. I had some here, but I didn't want to use one and not have one sitting on the shelf in the pantry, you know. Got some canola oil. I've been doing my research. No more vegetable oil in this house, but last time we fried something, we used avocado oil. That was very expensive. Canola oil is still not great for you, but it's better than vegetable oil and in moderation, you know. So we're gonna be frying something here soon again. So I got that. Got some half and half for coffee. This is the milk that we use. Unfortunately, our Food Lion does not carry Good Culture cottage cheese. I don't know why. So I always just get Daisy. When I was going through the cabinet today, the spice cabinet, we were almost out of cumin. So I did order that. I got some Alfredo sauce for that chicken Alfredo bake this week. For the cheeseburger bowls, we're gonna make kind of like a Big Mac sauce to go with it, and you need you need sweet relish. That was Steven saying yum. And I don't normally keep sweet relish. We normally do dill. So I got that. Look at this massive jar of pickles. Cole eats these like they're candy, and I got a small jar last week, and we're almost already out. So I went ahead and just got a big jar. Egg noodles, this is for tonight, obviously. I got some parsley. We have some parsley on our indoor garden, but not a whole lot. And I needed parsley for a couple of things this week, so I just got some. I got some pre-cleaned sliced white mushrooms that goes with tonight's dinner. This grape tomatoes will go with the cheeseburger bowls. This red pepper goes with the chicken Alfredo bake. I used to have a big thing of ranch seasoning. I need to get another one. Kind of got really clumpy and got old, so I had to throw it out. I'll get another one from Sam's Club, but I needed some ranch seasoning tonight to go with our Brussels sprouts. I'll show you that. I got some ham for sandwiches. I normally just get this half loaf because we really don't go through bread very fast. So I like getting this smaller loaf. That way we're not wasting much, if any. This is for one of our dishes this week. The creamy melt is my favorite mozzarella. And then I got just some sharp cheddar cheese. So that is all I had to get. I think it was $57. And now I'm gonna grab the Instant Pot out of the cabinet and we're gonna get started on dinner. All right, so we've got our beef tips here. I did kind of pat them off and like soak up any of the excess juices. I know that is not very appetizing sounding. Believe me, it was even less appetizing doing it. But we're gonna toss it in this flour and just kind of toss this around. I'm gonna turn my Instant Pot on to saute and let that start to heat up. We'll give that a minute to do its thing. Now we wait. I am gonna put a clamp on here. I don't know if they still make this. It's the Instant Pot, so it's got a little magnet on the back, so I just keep it on the side of my fridge. But it's the Instant Pot clamp, so it holds it in place so that if you're sauteing and moving around, the whole thing doesn't shift around. It's great. A subscriber sent me that a long time ago. We're gonna use some garlic infused olive oil. This is from the Palmetto Olive Oil Company. I'll link them below. I also have a discount code below. All of their stuff is top notch. It is amazing. We have so many different things from them and we love them. It is hot, so let's add in our meat. I'm only doing a pound of the stew meat because I'm not making the full recipe, but normally you would use 2 to 2.5 pounds. So I can do it all in one batch is what I'm trying to say. But normally when I do this recipe, I'm usually making more. So I have to do this part in batches. Okay, I'm gonna move this over. We're gonna let that start to brown. And I just threw my Brussels sprouts in this strainer. I'm gonna rinse these really well and we'll start prepping these for the air fryer. It'll be quite a while before we have to put them in there, but I just wanna go ahead and get everything prepped. Okay, so this is pretty much browned on all sides. So I'm gonna remove it. It is not cooked through yet, and that's okay. We don't need it to be. I'm gonna remove it to a plate. All right, so we've got some stuff on the bottom, but that's okay. Let's add in, I'm gonna add in about half of this carton of mushrooms and our onion. I'm gonna throw a little more olive oil in there too, just to make sure that we have enough. Okay, we're gonna let these saute for 5 or 6 minutes. And I definitely have a lot of stuff on the bottom, but we'll deglaze in a little bit. It's been about 5 minutes. Now at this point, if you have like some red wine or something, you could deglaze with that. I don't have any red wine, so I'm just gonna use beef broth, but I'm also gonna add some Dub sauce. But let's go in with the beef broth first, just a little bit to help deglaze. And then I'm also gonna do some Dub sauce. I don't ever measure that because you just kind of go with what you think is right. So I'm gonna deglaze now, kind of scrape this bottom. It's stuck on there really good, so it's gonna take me a second, but I will be right back. Okay, I think I got everything off. And if you've never used an Instant Pot, if you don't know why I have to be so meticulous about this, is you have to deglaze the bottom or you'll get a burn notice. So you have to do that. So I got it all off the bottom, which is great because that's tons of flavor. Okay, we're gonna add the rest of this beef broth in. I had about 1.5 cups of beef broth, and we're gonna add our beef back in. We're gonna pressure cook. So let me take this clip off. So I got my lid on. I'm gonna hit cancel, turn off that saute function, but I'm gonna do pressure for, let's do 12 minutes. It's gonna take about 15 minutes to come up to pressure completely. So it takes a little while, but while I wait on that, I'm gonna kind of clean up my messes and I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, let's make these. So I've got just regular olive oil from Palmetto Olive Oil Company. I don't want any particular flavor on this one. So we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons or so of olive oil because I really want them to be able to get good and coated. We're gonna add in about 1 tablespoon of this ranch powder that I got from the grocery store. Then we've got some fresh Parmesan over here. I'm gonna use my little microplaner and really finely grate it. Don't need a lot. And then we're just gonna salt and pepper it. And then these are ready for the air fryer. But the air fryer, we need to wait a minute before we do that because we've still got a while to go on our Instant Pot. You'll only want to make Brussels sprouts like this. So even though today went a lot later than I had anticipated, today was a productive day and it felt good to get back in the kitchen and just plan meals based off of just what we wanted. It's been so long since we've done that because we've always just planned for YouTube. So it felt really good. But I was able to include y'all in on it, so it's still being shown on YouTube, but it was just a different mindset and a different way of approaching it. I do have a question for you. Leave me in the comments below. What would you like to see that's somewhat kitchen related? Do you enjoy grocery hauls, kind of like we did today? I think y'all enjoyed the Sam's Club thing from last week. I'm gonna be doing another one of those here soon. But let me know what types of things you would like to see. I would like to hopefully bring y'all along and show you our little garden that we plant this year. We're not gonna do a really big one. But just maybe trying some new things, maybe trying my hand at baking more because I'm not really a baker. I want to do something different. I have a bug in me that says, let's change it up. So let me know below what you would like to see. Okay, this just went off. So we're gonna go ahead and quick release. There we go. We're waiting on that pin to drop. There we go. So now it's safe to open. Oh, lots of steam though. And we're gonna throw in some egg noodles. I've got about half of that 12-ounce bag right here. Okay, lid going back on. And we are gonna hit cancel. And then we're gonna pressure cook for 5 more minutes. I always wanna hit start, but it just starts on its own. So we're gonna let that come up to temperature and do its thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on our Brussels. So I've got them in my air fryer basket. I use my sous vide as my air fryer because it has an air fryer function. So we're gonna pop those in. These are gonna air fry at 350 for about 12 minutes. This just went off, so we're gonna quick release again. Try not to burn ourselves. There we go. And I did just kind of flip my Brussels sprouts, so we should be good there. We just gotta add a couple more things to this, and then this is ready. That has about 3 minutes left. It'll be time to eat. Oh yeah, this is the perfect amount for us for dinner tonight. Okay, we need to add some type of cream. So I'm gonna do sour cream. You could do cream cheese if you wanted to. You just need to make sure it's already good and kind of melted. About a half a cup of sour cream. Stir that around. And then I did chop up some parsley, so let's add that in too. That smells delicious. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna taste this and see if I need to adjust the salt, so I'll be right back. I am gonna add just a little more salt. Hello, sir.
Hey.
Hey.
Feels like a hearty meal.
It does.
Got some mushrooms in here. Got some beef. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like comfort food.
Good.
Good seasonings on that.
Good.
The meat is like fall apart tender.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Good
That's what you
job.
get out of a pressure cooker. I love, love, love me some beef stroganoff.
Delicious.
All right.
How long did this take to make?
The beef stroganoff, I mean, it really, from start to finish, close to an hour, but you're hardly having to do anything to do it. It's just mainly the Instant Pot. And then the other thing, it takes 12 minutes. So I didn't have to turn on the stove or the oven today for this meal. It's really good. That was my son. If you're new here, my son is here. He doesn't like to be on camera. So are we a 1 or a 2 thumbs on this one? It's been a long time since they've
It's
seen
a
your...
Two thumb upper.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna dig in. That's it, y'all. It's been a long day. I've had a lot of life going on in between having the camera on, but it's been a good day, but it is 8 o'clock. I am so tired. So I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. I hope you're excited about the changes and different things coming to the channel. Not everything is completely set in stone yet, but we're trying to figure it out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you've never checked out ButcherBox, now is the time to do it. Use my link below, use code Mandy20. You'll get $20 off of your first 3 boxes. Plus, when you sign up, you'll get free meat for a year. And you can choose that when you click on the link. Okay, I'm shutting down the kitchen. I gotta do a little bit of cleaning, and then I'm gonna go get ready for bed. It's been a long one. I hope y'all had a great day. Hope you had a great time hanging out with me. See you next time. Bye.